name is Alfred Matthew, a financial doctor. Today I'm here with a very exciting story, my diaspora experience. Many people often say that life abroad is a heavenly experience. But what a lot of people don't know is what happens behind the scenes. Our brothers and sisters in the diaspora actually pay for every shilling. Behind every smiling photo, there's a big story and a story of sacrifice. A story of struggle. Most of the people going through untold burnouts. If there's any monster that has completely shaken the diaspora investors, it is this monster called black tax. Families back at home are often feeling entitled to your money and the ways you can protect your future so that you can start your turnaround process. Invest directly, not through intermediaries. Imagine coming back home loaded with cash, ready to face what has always been the biggest monster in Kenya, return. You'll be financially independent. Don't come with regrets. Morning everyone, I hope you are keeping okay wherever you are. My name is Alfred Matthew, a financial doctor. I run a company called Hisa Africa Insurance Agency, which I'm the chief executive officer and the founder. Hisa Africa is an intermediary for Absa Life and the Old Mutual Life Assurance Company, and we give advice on all areas of investments. Today, I'm here with a very exciting story, my diaspora experience. As you all know, I recently had a trip to US and I had a chance to meet with people who work and live abroad. You know, many people often say that life abroad is a heavenly experience. Yes, you may be right to some extent. Earning dollars is a good experience. But what a lot of people don't know is what happens behind the scenes. Our brothers and sisters in the diaspora actually pay for every shilling that gets on their account. Behind every smiling photo, there's a big story and a story of sacrifice. A story of struggle. A story of discipline. A story of responsibility. Today, I want to openly talk about what really happens behind the scenes. People abroad make lots of sacrifices. They go through enough challenges. They make enough mistakes. And the ways you can protect your future, I think you need to hear this story so that you can start your turnaround process if you're working and living in the US. Most Kenyans migrate not because they are looking for exciting destinations. They migrate because they are possibly looking for opportunities or employment opportunities out there, and so they can take care of their families back at home. It's not just about leisure. It's not about holiday. They're looking for stability. It's not learning away from your country. It's not learning away from your motherland. It's about looking for opportunities of taking care of your families better, taking care of your responsibilities better. What many people don't know is that what this migration really means, working and living abroad. Sometimes, most of the Kenyans in Seattle are doing 2 to 3 jobs. A lot of them are doing night shift. Majority of them, from what they told me, is that they often go to offices or to the places of work very early, way before the Kenyan time. The back-to-back schedules really gives them time to sleep. A lot of them don't even have time for families. It is not as glamorous as all of us apparently think. This life comes with cost. It's a lot of fatigue, often lots of stress. Most of the people going through untold burnouts. No time for self. No time for boarding. People are aging even faster due to the working styles. They don't have time for themselves. They never give their bodies enough time to rejuvenate. A lot of them are burdened by the weight of every single day's responsibilities. Life in America is expensive. There is also the unspoken burden of black tax. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is any monster that has completely shaken the diaspora investors, it is this monster called black tax. Families back at home are often feeling entitled to your money. They feel like it is your responsibility to take care of them. Sometimes with emergencies that are not real, or even emergencies that are not realistic. Diaspora money is actually built on sacrifice, not on abundance. As I said earlier, these guys work for every shilling. And when they send money home, some of them said with intentions of investments. Unfortunately, along the way, most of the money gets misused. Money that was clearly intended for maybe a construction project would be diverted into other people's lifestyles. People buy themselves big cars here while abandoning the deserving project. Some of the projects that have kicked off have actually since stalled. Some will never be met. These have actually reduced the trust levels between the diaspora members and their family members back at home. I learned with shock that some of the diaspora members can no longer speak to their members back at home here in Kenya. Remember, every shilling cent is earned through sweat, pain, sleepless nights, a lot of sacrifice, and therefore any tendency to misuse would often affect that diaspora member very significantly. And this is now why I want to speak to you members in the diaspora, that following the experience that I got, it will be important to protect your money, guard your future. In as much as you invest in others, can you also invest in yourself? There's nothing wrong with supporting your family members back at home, but you don't have to give away your financial stability, your financial independence. Put controls, put boundaries. When it comes to black tax, you need wisdom to know the extent to which you're able to do it. Everything that you do with your money should be guided by a budget. Take charge of your money. Invest directly, not through intermediaries, not through siblings, not through parents, not through neighbors, not through guys that you knew before you left the country. A lot has changed in our country. We got very good products back at home that would actually help you to individually undertake your construction investments. Some of the products that I talk to you guys about are contractual and they run for fixed period with the amounts of premium that would actually be met easily by your budget. And after the expiry of the investment period, you get back a full payout that comprises of your input as well as the bonuses accrued along the way. And in the unlikely event of death, disability, or critical illness, you are covered. Ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you are still paying taxes back at home. The particular product I talked about, the construction investment, gives you the tax benefits, gives you the tax advantages. I don't know whether you know that the amount that you channel back at home in terms of construction investment, 15% of it comes back to you as a tax relief to a maximum of 5,000 shillings per month or 60,000 shillings per year. And the benefits that you're going to be paid as a lump sum at the expiry of the contract are not going to be taxed. Where on earth would you get such a benefit? Rather than regularly directing your money to people you are not able to trust, you are not able to micromanage, you are not able to supervise, why don't you make an independent plan where you invest directly and you socialize with the product and deal with the investing company directly without intermediaries? That is financial wisdom. Imagine coming back home 5 years later, 10 years later, 15 years later, loaded with cash, ready to face what has always been the biggest monster in Kenya, retirement. You have enough cash to buy land, build your own retirement house, have enough cash for your retirement lifestyle, even for playing golf. You got enough cash to even give you guarantee for medical care. You got enough cash to fuel your car. You got enough cash to drive the car of your choice. You got enough cash to travel the country. I mean, imagine such security, stress-free. You have dignified retirement. You have peace of mind. You don't have to call anyone to support you. You guys are coming from an environment where people live independently. They don't rely on others. Let's even go deeper into mistakes that a lot of people have made in the diaspora and which have costed your living. One is over-trusting the members back at home. You end up delegating and over-trusting them with your investment responsibility. What if the person that you're trusting dropped the ball? Will you have time to go back all over again to get started? Sending every shilling that you make in the diaspora and leaving nothing for yourself, I think for me is a major one. I realize that a lot of people are left without cash because they are the ones feeding the families back at home, paying the school fees, paying for all the financial responsibilities. You left without even an emergency fund for yourself. You have no personal savings. You are living hand to mouth and letting other people enjoy the means back at home. A lot of people are also spending emotionally. Yes, I agree. There is that strong bond between you and your family, but that should not resort to pressure while supporting them. I think it will be important to be guided by your own budget. It will be important to allocate a certain amount that you're willing to send back at home to support your people. And the rest, of course, of the money, you build some investment for yourself. A lot of people are working without investment plans. Yes, you know the time you got to US. You perhaps even have an idea of the date you want to come back. But you don't have very structured investment plans that will help you to build your own financial cushion for the rainy day and for the day that you're going to retire. A lot of people are dealing with unverified investors or investing companies. I know one of the asset classes where most of the people are investing is land. But have you taken time to do due diligence? We've got both legitimate and not very legitimate companies in Kenya. So before you can even entrust any company with your money, do your own due diligence. I think something else I also want to mention, a lot of people are working towards retirement empty-handed. They are working without any retirement plans. You talk to them, they tell you that, one day I want to go back to Kenya. You ask them when, they have no idea. You ask them what they're going to be doing when they come back to Kenya, they have no idea. You need to be very, very intentional over retirement plans. Give yourself a timeline. Give yourself a target that when I build a savings of this much, I'll then be able to have the energy to come back to Kenya. It's good that you can structure your retirement plan and structure it early when you are in your productive phase. Don't wait until when you learn out of employment or when you learn out of good energy, when you learn out of health, when you learn out of resources, that's when you're trying to make a desperate migration back to Kenya. I think it is important that this conversation that we're having today, that every one of us embraces it at a very personal level. Despite earning in dollars, many return home with nothing. You lived very expensive lifestyle, drove the best car, ate in the most river suburbs, lived in the most river suburbs in the US. But what will happen when you come back here? No one will listen to the good story of your long experience in the US. Would all be interested to see what is your current reality. When you come back here, no one will care what you drove. No one will care which estate you lived. No one will care about the social lifestyle that you enjoyed. I think our focus will majorly be around what will be your current reality when you come back. Let us avoid this monster of procrastination. I've always told people that procrastination is like trying to fatten a cow on the market day. You got the time to do it now. Don't wait until the 9th hour. Because a lot of Kenyans would actually, on the basis of procrastination, keep postponing good goals until they run out of the opportunity. Don't migrate from Kenya and then come back empty-handed. Don't come with regrets. You left to build something. And that something should be lasting. Should go beyond you. Take care of your generations. Invest not just in yourself, but also in the generations to come. The product that I've talked about, and which a few members in the diaspora have been able to subscribe to, and which you call the Upside Endowment Investment Program. This is a very, very flexible contractual investment plan that helps you within a specific period of time to work with your own target, work with your own budget, build a fund that will actually be able to take care of your future. Whether you want to start putting aside $500, whether you want to start putting aside $300, whether you want to start putting aside $1,000, and of course, looking at your current circumstances of your age. Maybe you are 40 years now. You want to come back at 50. So in those 10 years, and you have intentionally agreed to start putting aside $500, which is the equivalent of about 65,000 shillings or thereabout, by the 10th year, you'll be able to have a sizable fund that will actually be able to give you a lot of financial comfort when you come back to Kenya. You'll be financially independent. But for you to get started on construction investment, I must tell you the truth. You must love yourself enough to see the need to protect your future. If you don't love yourself, you will never start any contractual investment. Because contractual investment is for people who have got goals. they've got their discipline, and they love themselves enough to see the need to invest and secure that future. Remember, you can love your family deeply and still protect your own finances. It's good that you can set, some specific monthly remittances. Limit them. You don't have to come back to Kenya and start asking for accountability of the money that you sent. Because as long as you've put limits, you've put boundaries, you know exactly you're giving money that's not going to adversely affect you. At times, you just have to say no to some of the requests that are coming from your family members. And you shouldn't feel guilty. As long as your objective and mind is so clear, I think it is important that you get to know that you're not the one who is going to be funding other people's lifestyles at the expense of your own investments. I said you got to invest directly. You don't have to go through intermediaries. You don't have to know anyone for you to start investing back at home. This is your home after all. Before most of you left Kenya, you knew Barclays Bank, and which is what has since changed to ABSA. The ABSA group comprises of 3 organizations. This is ABSA Bank, ABSA Insurance, and you got First Assurance. This is a customer-centric giant. A giant that is not doubted by anyone out there. And this will help you to securely meet your investment agenda for the period that you deserve or you feel you'd like to invest. You can be sure that this particular organization will walk the journey with you. Whether you want to open a bank account and you choose to open one with the ABSA Bank, you've got branches all over the country. You can trust them with your money. And then for investment purposes, you can put a standing order from your ABSA account into your ABSA investment account with ABSA Life Assurance Company. Every so often you'll be getting a statement. There are no stories. When you want a statement, we will not send you a story. We will send you the statement. You'll see the progress of your investment. How much you've been able to invest over the years and how much value have you been able to accumulate from that investment. And this is what you guys need. You need to get this gospel so clearly and make clear decisions and do that immediately. Start your investment journey. Don't wait until when you're coming to the finish line. I am aware that in US, you guys retire at 67 or thereabout. If you are going to work the next 10 years, the next 15 years, the next 20 years, the fact that you are earning a very strong currency, dollars, and looking at the conversion, you guys are at a point of advantage. What may look like petty cash in US actually turns out to be a very significant amount back at home. Why can't you start your investment journey? This is actually going to help you. When I was in US, I had the privilege of meeting one of my old clients at the university place, a gentleman that I sincerely respect, and his wife. And before they left the country, they allowed me to serve them in the area of investment. And you know what? When I came to visit Seattle, July, August 2025, I had a chance to visit this couple at their home, and was so happy to receive the maturity notification and maturity statement, clearly showing the amount they had invested over the period and the bonuses that they accumulated at that time. And you know what? They have since received their money and they have embarked on their next project. And while that is happening, I signed them up again for their retirement plan. This is my gospel. This is the gospel I would like every one of you guys to embrace. At the moment you start loving yourself, you can be sure that no stone is going to be left unturned. You will do whatever it takes to build the security that you need back at home. I want to wish you guys the very, very, very best. Thank you so much, those of you that had a chance to meet me at the hotel. We discussed your own financial agenda, and a lot of you guys signed up for the ABSA investment plan. Some of you now are on the 5th month. Some of you guys are on the 3rd month. Some of you guys are on the 2nd month. I'm very, very happy to be having you people on board, investing with discipline and remaining very, very focused to your long-term agenda. May God bless you.